Okay, Robert back here. I hit an estate sale yesterday morning after work. So I'll share with you what I got. Some of y'all are going to think it's just a bunch of junk, but hey, this stuff's going to be handy. If you want to see what it is, stick around. Okay, we'll start with the total smaller stuff. This just stuff is going to be real handy here in the shop that I use a lot. Mineral spirits, brand new, never been opened. Good wire brush. Roll of Gorilla tape. That's always handy. Got some cream polish, awls. That'd be handy for polishing my nickel fonts. Got a couple bottles of wood glue. 50-pound test fishing line. I don't usually use any of that heavy, but it might come in handy for something. Roll of mounting tape. Full can of WD-40. Full can of Goof Off. Full can of 3-in-1 oil. That's a big can, 8 fluid ounces. New roll of Teflon tape. Full roll of electrical tape. Now all this stuff was already in this tote when I found it. I just picked up the whole tote and set it with my stuff. So there's a roll of some kind of like hemp cordage, or not really a jute twine. It looks more like a hemp, I'm not sure. A roll of cotton cordage. Now this stuff is really handy, especially making wicks. Make candle wicks out of it, wicks for the Optimus 8R. I mean, that'd be really handy. Got masking tape, not sure how old that is. May not be no count, let's see. Yeah, that's probably no count, that'd be trashed. Couple rows of the blue painter's tape. Yeah, seems to be a little bit better. It looks a little newer anyway. Peels off a little easier. And a new roll of painter's frog tape. So this is all stuff I use in the shop quite a bit. And magic eraser, that'll come in handy. I use that a lot on my lamp globes to bring carbon off. Got another roll of electrical tape and a little level. Throw that in my little tiny camper. And those will be handy. It's little bumpers or legs you can put under stuff to keep from scratching your table when you set it on the table. I used to buy these for my woodworking. So I mean, they come in handy. Put them under glass before you set it on glass on the coffee table. Different things like that. Here's a nice DeWalt bit. That'd be handy for my drill. That's about it. Sponge, sticker, strings, cloth. Alright, let's clean this up and start on the next box. Like I said, most all this stuff I bought I use quite a bit in my shop, so this is all going to come in handy. And I didn't mention, I give $40 for everything that I had here. Got several packages, full packages of hook and loop disc for my sander. I mean, I use a lot of these, and if y'all go buy these today, they went up quite a bit. So I mean, I couldn't pass these up. Wish they were a little finer grit, but I mean, I use this coarse grit too, and so these are going to be really handy. Okay, all this stuff I've got here came out of the toolbox. They had a huge, really nice toolbox in the back corner. He said the toolbox wasn't for sale, but everything in it was for sale, which some guy got there before I did. I got there a little late, and he cleaned out the toolbox. He got, I bet he got $400 or $500 worth of tools, at least, if not more. And I wasn't sure what the prices were on the tools, but he dug his tools out. I couldn't get to them. I mean, it was back in the corner. He had it cornered, and he piled his pile up there in the floor in front of the toolbox, and asked what they wanted for them, and they haggled back and forth a little bit, but he ended up getting all those tools for $80. So I went over to the toolbox when he got done to see what was left. There wasn't a whole lot left, but I did get a few scores. This is, I've got a newer model, one of these made in China that's kind of junky, but these are really handy for woodworking. And this one is made in America. It's old, it's an antique, it's heavy, got brass end caps, but these are perfect. You can lay that on your material, slide it, and you can trace out the area that you want to cut out. Like if you're laying hardwood flooring, do that on the corner wall, around the trim. I mean, you can just make any shape you want. And this is a really nice one. Never had one this nice, but I was able to snag that out of the toolbox. So that was really cool. Okay, I got a pair of electrical wire strippers. I've also got a pair of these, but this is a lot better quality than the pair I had, so these are going in my electrical box. Okay, there's a Black & Decker. This is a laser level and stud finder, and it does work. I've already tried it. The battery's a little weak, but it does work. So that'll be handy. Got everything with it. Nice little case. Okay, I got this little general. Figure out how to open it. I really needed this. I haven't had one, but it's a digital gauge. Still got the instructions. It's a caliper gauge. Got a nice little case that it goes in, and I've been needing one of these for a while, so that's going to come in really handy. Okay, here's a really nice bag of goodies. I'll tell you a story on this. While I was digging these out of the toolbox, I picked up all I could carry in my hand, except this black one here, and I dropped it trying to pick it up out of the toolbox, so I left it, and I went and dropped these into my box, and there was a woman staring at me, giving me an evil look, like I'd killed someone, and I thought she was a customer and she was wanting the stones. But after I put the stones in my pile, I went back and grabbed this one, the black one, and she went over, and it was her husband that was running the part of the sale in the garage. She was taking care of what was inside, I guess. And she come out, and seeing how that we was getting stuff out of the toolbox. And she told him she wanted the toolboxes locked, that was her father's tools, and she wanted to keep them. Which he had already sold most of them, and I'd already made a deal on these with my pile, except for he had a really nice set of Craftsman wood chisels that I'd ask him about. And that's when she cut in and asked him to lock the box, and they had a little discussion about it. So he went ahead and put the chisels back in the box and locked the rest of it. So she saved a little bit of her father's tools, but most of them, the guy in front of me, like I said, he got a big chunk of tools, and so I kind of hated that for her, but I did get my stones. So check these out. Okay, first we've got this Buck Knives diamond stone. A little hard to open. There we go. But it has the coarse and the fine on each side. So I really like that little set. But I'm not sure on this little case. I may see if I can get that out there and do away with that, because that's really too hard to open. But it's a nice set. We got a little small stone that's not marked. I don't know what that is, but Sharpening Stone. Okay, here I have another Buck Knives, and this one is really old. It's been used quite a bit. He uses these for sharpening his wood chisels. So you can see it's kind of got a little curve to it. The other side's still good and flat. That's a really old Buck brand. Here's a large Sharpening Stone with a cast aluminum base. So that's really nice. But it's the honing oil. Got a small case Arkansas stone, oil stone. Really nice shape. And I hear these old Arkansas stones are getting hard to find. So, and then last, got a really old, and it's also Arkansas stone. I can see a little bit through the masking tape there. It's a really nice, it's a smooth stone. Really like that. So, yeah, I done good on the stones. Okay, I got a stack of wood. That's just oak, but it's nice and handy. I think this is a rosewood, if I'm not mistaken. It's really lightweight. Piece of ebony, and really not sure what these are. Wonder if that might be some kind of, I don't know. Really pretty though with that black grain. I think that's another piece of rosewood. Really not sure what these are, but it's beautiful wood. And I don't think that's a little different. Not sure what it is, but those will all come in handy. I used to make little nick knives. Use little thin pieces of wood like that on the handles of them. So if I ever start making them again, I mean, that's going to come in handy. I mean, always looking for wood. I mean, I used to do a lot of scroll saw work with thin woods like that. So when I get back into that, it'll be handy. And this was just on the bottom of the stack when I picked it up. I didn't realize I'd got it. I just picked it up in a stack of wood, but looks like it's been like a photo album. Okay, I got this huge tote of wood clamps. And I got tons of wood clamps, but most of these are unique to what I have, and they seem to be really good quality. So let's check these out. Okay, I got 4 of these style of clamps. I have some bar clamps, but none that's actually this deep. I mean, so that'll be really good for getting in there in the center of your work and clamping it down if you need to. I didn't have any deep ones like this. And actually, these are probably better quality than the plastic ones I have, but they're a lot deeper. So those come in really handy. Really like those. Got 4 of those. Okay, there's a corner clamp, and I have 3 of these already. I was missing one, so now I have my 4th. Actually, I ended up with 2 of these corner clamps. Got this really nice deep-throated C-clamp, cast aluminum, but made in the USA, pony. So, like I said, once again, it's deep-throated. I don't have any of these C-clamps that are deep-throated, so and that'd be really handy for really reaching in there and clamping down on the center of your work when you need it. So I've always had to just clamp around the edges of my work. Okay, I got the one antique wood jaw clamp. Another made in the USA. Got a couple of these zip tie top clamps. I think those might be made for like a dryer hose, but they may come in handy. Got a couple of these. I've got some similar to this, but these are really nice quick grip clamps. 2-inch 50mm. So I use a lot of clamps here in this shop when I'm doing my woodwork. I glue a lot of stuff. Okay, I've got 1 or 2 about this size already, but this is a really nice, another made in the USA, Craftsman. Okay, I have 1 long and 2 a little bit shorter. They're still fairly long. But once again, these are the deep-throated C-clamp, adjustable from both sides. So those are going to be really handy. I think these are my favorite ones in the whole bunch. I mean, you can really reach into the project, clamp it down where you want, lightly or tight. And I would imagine them was probably some high-dollar clamps back in the day. Okay, I've got this 3-way clamp made in Korea, but I don't have any of the 3-way clamps like this. You can clamp from the bottom and the sides at the same time, so that's a good addition to the clamps. I've got 2 of the really small, a medium, and 2 of the larger ones. These are forged steel, heat treated, made in the USA. It's the number 56 Super Junior, the number 54 Super Junior, 2 of the 56, 1 of the 54s, and 2 of the 50 Super Juniors. Some high quality clamps. Okay, I'm not really sure what that is. It's kind of a specialty tool. If anybody knows, you can tell me. Got a little hook on one side, kind of smaller hook on the other, point a different direction. This way to release, this way to engage. Not sure what that is, but some kind of a specialty tool. Okay, I've got a handful of these. A little lighter weight, looks like it's a cast aluminum maybe. Those will probably be sold. I've got plenty of the common clamps like this, but these 2 here are a little older. Eyes are too bad I can't see that. Malleable iron, Made in the USA. Okay, I got a little spring clamp, Stanley brand. Got a couple more about this size. Those are always handy. I like these clamps. And here, some kind of a spreader. Not sure what it's made to spread, but made in the USA. Another specialty tool of some kind. Right, another specialty tool of some kind. Don't have any idea what it is. No clue. It could use some oil. Those are going back in place now. But like I said, no clue what that is for. Again, and y'all know what that is, let me know, because I really don't have a clue. Okay, what I got left, there's a little bit box. That'd be handy. Little pack of brass washers, spacers, and a bunch of these little common spring clamps. They are heavy duty. They got a good spring in them. A lot better than my China maids. So my China maids are going out of here. Couple of Craftsman. Don't have any like that. That one would be handy. So I'm set on clamps. Okay, last, get this Stanley box, and it is plumb full. Screws, all different lengths. A few roofing nails in there. I ain't got no use for those. A few finishing nails. So all that'd be handy. I mean, this is actually a pretty huge box. Okay, like I said earlier, I give $40 for all of this, so I think I done pretty good. I was blessed to get all this for $40. So you all know the routine. Like, share, subscribe. God bless.